Hello, everybody. Oh, look at that. Just in time. We are going out with APA in Group 4 here on the final day of Prove Your Skill. This is Prove Your Skill number 4. This is the last day. This is the last Prove Your Skill. Now, I'm not the only one streaming, and whilst it's not in my benefit to tell you this, I am going to. We have lots of others streaming. So, if I go to the streams, this is what you will see. We have Wild Ones Helper. He is streaming Group 1. Now, to put everybody in the picture, Group 1, that includes Endgame and AKTS. Now, AKTS, oh, and also Uzra, and Crowley. Now, Crowley are pretty safe. Endgame, not so safe just yet. AKTS do have a chance of getting in. So, Wild Ones Helper, he is English streaming Group number 1. I shot Russian streamer. Well, he's from Ukraine. Speaking in Ukrainian Russian, he is streaming Group 1 also. Then we have the big group 9-0 and Pyroblast. Now Pyroblast, Ukrainian, streaming in Ukrainian Russian. He has got Group 2. 9-0's got Group 2. He's streaming in English. That group includes TQT and Raid, who are rolling out first battle. Now, Raid are by no means safe, but neither are TQT, funnily enough. That is a big game. The winner of that game goes on to play Rejects, who are pretty safe at second in the table. However, whoever wins the first game, TQT and Raid, will go on to meet Rejects, and they need to beat Rejects in real terms, well, especially Raid, to get into today's final, where they're most likely to come across Aqua. Group 3, that is Amunet, streaming in English. That includes RNG, Ikra, Cryon, Who, Raffle, EE, and XTQ. Then we've got me. I've got Group 4. That includes Immoral, APA, Pink, and PWNZ. And then finally we have Rolling Swarm. He has got Group 5. And that includes Veil, Pog, SBT, and FaZe. Now, FaZe also have a chance to get into that final, into that top 8. So there's a lot going on out there, guys, but we're following APA. So we're now going to jump in. We're going out on Vineyards. These games are now best of 5, so it's the first of 4 victories, unlike Prove Your Skill number 1 and Prove Your Skill number 2, which are best of 3. These are now best of 5. The grand final is best of 7. So this stream is a bit longer. But at this stage of the game, excuse me, because I'm drinking coffee. At this stage of the game, we should also be getting closer games. But we're rolling out with APA and Pink. Now, APA are riding top of the table, so they are nice and secure in the top 8. The chances of them falling out are really, really slim, unless they get told off for something, but they're not going to be booted out due to cups or CP. At the moment, they're going out on the South Spawn. We have Uni in the AMX, Almeri in the AMX, Last AFK in the T100 LT, Ventiom into a Strav, Regis in an AMX, Yennefer in a Strav, and Ute in a Strav. Moving over to Pink, they are going out on the North Spawn. We have Curiosity in the IS7, Molo in the Strav K, Polak wins in the 60 TP, Ritis in the T100, Spartan in the Cranwagon, Fluffy DD in the IS4, and I believe that's Fluffy Kebab. And it is Fluffy Kebab, or Fluffy Kebab. He is rolling out potentially in an IS4. However, like I said, the big group of the day, in fairness, is Group 2. Now, I'm just typing that in the chat as well. Now, I don't know who's got that. It could be Pyroblast. It could be 9-0. I don't know is the honest answer. Okay, so 9-0 may have Aqua and Pyroblast may have Raid. So, so you have to sort of jump between the two. But I'm not going to lie to you guys, that is the big group of the day. Because a lot is riding on that group. A lot is riding on Raid and a lot is riding on TQT. So I know it does my little channel a disservice because I'm telling all my viewers to bugger off, effectively. But for those of you who are really into your tours, then those are the games to watch. Obviously, we'll be jumping in and out, but we won't be jumping in and out of the games, so to speak. We'll be jumping in and out of the leaderboard, etc., etc. Anyway, that's a different thing. This is this game. We are APA against Pink here on Vineyards. As I said, APA are pretty safe. Really pretty safe. They're top of the table, and they've had a really good time about it. So let's get up there and see what's going down. Well, at the moment, APA are just looking to send Last AFK probably to fast cap, and it looks like exactly what he's doing. Rightis on the other side for Pink. Oh no, Last AFK is not doing that. He's going to go and get those early spots. Rightis straight into that A cap. Last AFK right up there. Now, Last AFK, funnily enough, did a great video on advanced spotting positions in the light, because he's a good lights player, and I recommend anybody who likes their light tanks to go and have a look at that. So Fluffy DD and Fluffy Kebab, they are pushing heavily through in these IS4s, trying to catch them off guard. Uni and Almeria there, though, so this is going to be a big, super heavy fest. Both IS4s and the AMXs pretty solid turret-wise and armor-wise, but now Molo in the Strav K is jumping in. And they're looking to focus down Uni here and try and get these two AMXs. Uni, down he goes. Now they'll turn their attention to Almeri. This is not looking too bad from Pink. Almeri here, he's struggling a little bit. He's got too many Pink tanks around him, but Rightis is losing it points rapidly, and so is Molo. And here comes Regis coming in the other AMX, trying to put some pressure on. Spartan comes round in the E5, trying to stop that. And you can see Last AFK, Vention, Ute in the Strabs, trying to desperately come around to help out. At the moment, it's all Pink. 3 tanks down for APA. However, they've still got 4 tanks, and they're going to take that cap. Yennefer and Last AFK will take the A cap to deny those cap points. But at the moment, hit points are actually in favour of APA, even though they've lost tanks. Now we've got Fluffy DD pushing onto Vention, but Fluffy DD is going to get hurt here. Yennefer will come in, and down goes Fluffy DD. So it's first tank down, but Ute is being focused. Curiosity in the I-7 trying to come round as well. You can see here that Pink are just trying to keep... Oh, that's a big kill. Down goes Molo. Pink were trying to keep and protect their hit points because they've got a lot of low hit point tanks out there. And all of a sudden, it's 3 against 3. And APA, wow, they've seriously got an advantage when it comes to hit points. Last AFK, wow, Spartan in the E5 here. He's got a Strav to the left of him, a Strav to the right of him. And into the valley of the T-100's gun he rolls. All of a sudden, Polak is the last man standing. So what looked like advantage Pink ended up turning around and being game APA. And that's the problem with APA. They have that ability to put a lot... Hey, Vec Valenza, how you doing? They have the ability to get their focus fire on tap, on point, and really put some pressure on. Really good stuff from Pink, though. Come out the blocks there, very aggressive. Kind of caught the AMXs off guard, but those Strabs kicking in for APA and, well, ruining that party for Pink, let's say. We're going to swap the spawn points now. This time APA on the north spawn, Pink on the south. Just waiting for them to all ready up. I'm just going to sup my coffee. As I said, and I know this is a disservice to my little YouTube channel, but literally, guys, the group to watch is Group 2, being streamed by Pyroblast in Ukrainian Russian and 9-0 in English. Now, I don't know who's got who, however. I don't know if 9-0 has raid or if Pyroblast has raid. Could be either, or. Okay, but if for those of you who like your tournaments, that is the group to keep your eye on, because what happens there, wow, that could throw cats amongst pigeons, so to speak. Anyway, APA have readied up. Uni in the AMX, Almeri into a Strav, Last AFK into the AMX. Ventium, Regis, Yennefer, and Ute all into Stravs. Pink, we have Curiosity in the I7, Molo in a Strav, Polak wins, yet to ready up. Oritis in the T100 LT, Polak wins, jumping into the I7. Spartan in the I7, Fluffy DD in the Mouse, and Fluffy Gabap in a Mouse. So those are the lineups, that's the meta selection. But remember, it's the best of 4, it's the best of 5, so it's the first 2, 3 victories. So at the moment, APA are on the move. They're a third of the way there. As we ready up again here on Vineyards. I think APA is the team to catch, and somebody said to me last night, oh, they were like really trying hard. I can assure you they're not at the moment. They're pretty safe. They're chilling a little bit. They will save some of their better stuff and some of their energy for the next round, which is the Professionals Tour, basically the top 8. So that's not a disservice to Pink. Pink are a good team, but APA at the moment are just, wow, unstoppable. To be fair, they've been pretty much unstoppable since they won the autumn season, the Blitz Ultimate Cup last year, and they went on to win the winter season, and now they're striving to get 3 seasons in a row. Basically, Ute in the Strav, pushing heavily forward. Rightis again, jumping into that B cap. And this time it looks like APA are going to do the bold, aggressive move. They saw those 2 mouses. They figured, well, they're going to be going to the town area. So this time we have... Oh, that's a good shot into Ute, though. Rightis, however, has been caught out here. He did get the cap. Ute is chasing him down. Down goes Rightis. And now here come the rest of APA. Curiosity is the one being focused. Ute does get out of dodge, but Curiosity is heavily focused in. Down he goes. Now they're just picking them off here. APA Molo will be the focus of attention. He is the lowest hit point. Down he goes. Now they'll probably look at Spartan. Regis and Uni are all... No, they're not looking at Polak. Polak is out now. It would be Spartan. And just like that, in less than a minute, they've taken out the main thrust of the Pink team. Fluffies, both of them, both of the mouses, well, they were heading towards the city, but because of this onslaught, they've had to turn around, and now Fluffy DD, down he goes, leaving Fluffy Kebab as the last man standing in a mouse. He's facing off against 7 APA, and all of a sudden, APA is saying, not on our watch. That last game you hurt us a little bit, so we're just going to really stamp our feet down and show you our dominance. That's exactly what they did. And again, that's no injustice to Pink. Pink are a great bunch of guys, a really good team, but against this unstoppable force, which is APA, there's not much you can do about it. And APA showing why they are the current reigning champions. We are now moving into Naval Frontier, and already we are at match point for APA. Yeah, that's how quickly these things go. We'll have APA on the south spawn, Pink on the north spawn, and I'm just wondering if I've got enough replays now to cover the 35 to 40 minutes between this game and the next game. Yeah, I know, these things happen. APA rated up first, Uni in the AMX, Almeri in the Strav K, last AFK in the AMX, Ventium, Regis, Yennefer, Ute, all into Strav Ks. Now we're just waiting for Pink. So at the moment we have Curiosity jumping into a Type 71. That's a tank we don't normally see at the moment. Molo into an E5 along with Fluffy DD and Fluffy Gabap. We have Rightis also jumping into an E5. Polak into an E5. And Spartan at the moment is sat in an IS7. So look, oh no, E5. So 6 E5s for Pink, fighting off against 5 Strav Ks for APA. I have to admit, I mean, the Strav K has come along in leaps and bounds, tournament-wise, but it does come with its own controversy, because not everybody is able to grab their paws onto a Strav K. And there is a lot of controversy about this tank, much like there was with the T22 when that entered the game. And a lot of people have said, well, it shouldn't be allowed. They should be tech tree only. You know, everybody should be given a level playing field. Nobody should be getting an advantage because over one tank over another. And there's some justification in that, to be fair. You know, not everybody has got a Strav K, and it's clearly a good tank. However, the Strav K is not OP. It is not broken. It's just a very, very good heavy. It's not the easiest tank to play, to be honest with you. The reason why it looks that way is because it brings a medium style of gameplay to a heavy tank. Now, it's the heavy side. It hasn't got the best of armor. Look at Yennefer here. It doesn't have the best of armor, the Strav. But what it does have is a lot of hit points. It has a pretty decent gun. It has a great DPM. And it has good mobility. And that's the thing about the Strav K. And that's what is causing a lot of the controversy. It's not broken, as I said. It's not broken. And, you know, but it's just that not everybody's got it. And therefore, a lot of people think it's pretty unfair. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, Pink have gone for the Strav K alternative, which is the E5 here. And already APA have got the cap point advantage. They're just stacking their tanks up now. You can see Vention moving around to try and put shots into Rightis. He does. Polak in wins there, is getting shots coming across to him from Regis. You know, Mary is trying to sort of sneaky beaky himself down that flank, but Pink, well, they decided to push through. They're looking to probably catch Almeri off guard. But Almeri is wise to it. Oh no, he was wise to it. He does drop his super duper speed boost, but he manages to get out there, even though he did take a lot of pain. You can see that VCAP Ute is there, but now the Pink guys are pushing on the last AFK. He's in the AMX though. Pretty notoriously difficult tank to pen. Yennefer is just holding. Regis also holding. Almeri has gone down, so the advantage has swung in favour of Pink. Last AFK here, subject to a lot of focus fire from Pink. This is good stuff from Pink. Fluffy Kebab have lost a lot of influence though. Down goes last AFK. Now, are they going to turn their attention to... Well, I'd say they're turning their attention to a Strav, but all of a sudden Ute Uni is coming in, and they're trying to take down the Get Down Molo. Spartan will be next. However, Ute goes down. That was a big kill. Down goes Molo. So 3 tanks down for APA. They've got 2 bases. Only 2 tanks down at the moment for Pink. A bit brawly in this area. They're looking to get the shots into Vention. Vention backing away. And unfortunately, Fluffy DD going down. Curiosity is now caught out in the open. He's got Regis in Vention again. He's looking to farm Vention, but down he goes as well, courtesy of Yennefer. And all of a sudden, just like that, it's 3 against 3. Again, now it's 2 against 3. And the hit points are favouring APA, along with the base points. Fluffy Kebab, no, not much you can do about this. Yennefer is very healthy, so is Regis. Rightis is losing out there. It's a great shot from Uni. Yennefer will be looking to put one into Fluffy Kebab. He knows that unless Fluffy Kebab is able to ammo rack him, then Yennefer will be fine. Yennefer goes down at the same time as Rightis, and APA clean sweep hit today against Pink. And they book their place into the next phase, which is the semi-final. So that is what we're looking at the moment, and we'll get some information on that. Yennefer there doing 4.5k. Polak wins doing 3.3 for Pink. That was none too shabby for Pink. Tough opponent, unfortunately for them. And when you've got a tough opponent, which is clearly the team that is the attention at the moment is purely on APA. They are pretty much unstoppable at this moment in time, and therein lies your problem. You've got to try and stop them somehow. So I'm just trying to see the brackets, because we've got quite a lengthy time to wait now. So let's have a look. Well, at this moment in time, Uzra have beaten Trick. They will go on to face Uzra and Crowley. Now that'll be a tough game. Crowley are riding pretty high in the top 8, so that's a bit of a difficult game there for Uzra, which may force them into a match for 3rd place. At the moment, AKTS and Endgame, well, we've got no result there. AKTS is fighting it off against Kraken S, and Endgame are fighting it off against Unlucky. So, by no means anything can happen there. TQT and Raid are still battling it out. The winner of that game will go on to play Rejects, who are riding in second place currently. So, that's going to be a tough one. Even tougher because this is not double elimination. So whoever loses Raid TQT, well, that's it. That's their day over. Akvo already through, turning over Monks 3-0. They're waiting for their opponent. It's either OPEX or Noxu. We've got no result in that at this moment in time. We also have no result between RNG and Cryon. The winner of that game will go on to face Ikra in the semi-finals. We do have a result in the other games. Who have beaten Arafel 3-0, so Who are through into the semi-finals. They are still awaiting their opponent, which is either EE or XTQ. Moving further down into our group, wow, we've already seen that APA have booked their place into the semi-finals. They're waiting on PWNZ or Tufa, who are still fighting. Immoral and H1G are still brawling away along with Punisher and Bat. Down into Group 5, well, Vale are still battling it out against SPT. The winner of that game will go on to face FaZe, whereas POG have turned over TXCTM 3-0, and Alini have beaten Riash 3-0. So POG and Alini will meet each other in the semi-final. So that's where we're standing at the moment on the results. There's a lot of tough games out there today, guys. There are a lot of tough games. So, you know, I don't envy any of the teams, to be fair. And this is the last day. Well, normally, I mean, you do get some tough games normally. But, oh, here we go. We have another result. Endgame have beaten Unluck. So, Endgame are through to the semi-final. They are still waiting, however, on AKTS's battle against Kraken S. So that is being streamed. That group is being streamed by Wild Ones Halper and iShot, both either in Wild Ones Halper in English, iShot in Russian/Ukrainian. Akva are facing Noxu. So Noxu have turned over OPEX, and we still have no result against TQT and Raid. Immoral have turned over H1G, and Bat turned over Punisher. So semi-final, and that one will be Bat in this group. The other semi-final will be Bat and Immoral. APA still haven't had an indication of who their opponent is. Vale have beaten SBD, so they will go and meet FaZe. So that's what the website is telling me, which I can't really show you, but I can probably show you some things on here. So here's the chart for the third stage. So at the moment, for Group 1, we have Uzra, Endgame, and Crowley. We're still waiting on AKTS, fighting it out there with Kraken S. So that's an important game, because AKTS, they need to win it. They need to win, and they need to do everything in their power to get into today's final. However, that's not going to be easy for them, because if they do win, their next opponent is Endgame. It's that straightforward. So it's not like it's all plain sailing for AKTS, because it really isn't. They've got Endgame next if they beat Kraken S. Moving down, well, we know Akva and Rejects and Noxu are through. Akva are playing Noxu. Rejects at the moment, well, we're still waiting on this game. This is the big game. Really, really big game. Now, I did some calculations earlier. If Raid lose to TQT and AKTS gets through to the final and get better than third place, Raid could be out. However, if FaZe get all the way through to the final and AKTS falter, then they could sneak in there. Either way, Raid need to win this. They need to win this game. and Raid need to do everything in their power to get through. Now, after this game, the winner of Raid TQT will go on to play Rejects, and Rejects are sitting in second place. So whichever way this goes, these two teams have not got an easy run. Now, yesterday Raid did beat TQT, but at the moment TQT are sitting higher in the table than Raid. So a lot riding on that game. A lot riding on that game. And we still don't have a result here. Oh, we still don't have a result here because we're still waiting on on Punisher, I believe, isn't it? No, it's not. They that. So we're still waiting on down here, PWNZ actually. So we still are waiting on this game, PWNZ against Tufa. So that's still one out there. This group is now decided. Pog against Alini, Vale against FaZe. Oh, excuse me. Now, I don't think Vale have got any danger of falling out of the top 16 here. However, excuse me. However, they do have the opportunity of spoiling FaZe's party. It's that straightforward because FaZe is sneaking in onto the wire. That a lot of people don't realise that. They are sneaking in onto the wire. So basically, if Vale beat FaZe in the next game, FaZe will drop down to the third place playoff, but it spoils their chances of getting into the top 8. Now, don't get me wrong, for them to get into the top 8, they still need teams above them to make errors and mistakes, which you can't sort of place a lot of on that. But it's still one of those things. So we still don't have a result, to be honest with you, with AKTS. Still no result there. And again, this is a big game. They're still battling it out there. So that's going to a decider, to be perfectly honest with you. And AKTS will be trying darn hard to get through into the next round, into that semi-final. Not that it's going to be easy for them. Excuse me. Because they will be facing Endgame, and Endgame, when they want to. So we all know what Endgame are like. They're difficult to turn over. And then we're still waiting on this one, a Raid against TQT. This is gonna be a really hard fought battle between the two. So much ride on this game, so much. I can't. For me to say nothing really rides in it is an understatement. It's like the biggest understatement ever, because so much rides on that. And if Raid don't beat TQT, their disappointment will be palpable. It really will be, because they beat them yesterday, and they really need to beat them today for their chances. That doesn't mean that TQT are out of the top 8. Again, you still rely on AKTS in FaZe, and you can't rely on these teams either failing or not failing. But at this moment in time, AKTS is still battling it out, to be honest with you. FaZe got a bye, so they were through anyway to the semi-finals. And in fairness, Vale could hurt them. It depends what game, what mentality Vale are bringing to their game today. But we haven't got any results in any of these as of yet. And these are hard fought battles. So remember, over in Group 1, that is being streamed by Wild Ones Helper in English. So this AKTS is being streamed by Wild Ones Helper in English. And so that is going on at the moment. Also, I believe iShot is streaming it in Russian/Ukrainian. I don't know which language he's actually speaking. But that game is probably being... Well, I don't know if that game is being fully covered. Maybe it's just Wild Ones Helper who's got that, and iShot has got another game. And same with the Raid against TQT. I don't know who's got that. Oh! TQT have beaten Raid! That is going to send shockwaves through Raid. Raid will no longer progress into today. That's it. That is it for them. TQT progressed to face off against Rejects. That is a huge win for TQT. And as you can see there, it would have been hard fought, but Raid will be disappointed and biting their nails in earnest, because now everything rests on AKTS and FaZe. FaZe have already got through to the semi-final, so the worst FaZe can do is fourth. If they come fourth, then I think Raid is safe. But AKTS, well, they're still battling it. And, oh, this is tighter than a tight thing. Because when I looked at the figures today, and I said, if Raid came 5th or 6th, they will have 40,902 cups. Okay, that places them in a disadvantage, because if AKTS get 3rd or better, they will overtake Raid. FaZe, if they get 2nd or better, they will also overtake Raid. So that is huge. That is massive. Raid will be on tenterhooks now, waiting tentatively to find out how AKTS and FaZe do. And I'm wondering how AKTS is going to do, because this is getting tighter than a tighter thing that's really, really tight. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Sorry, YouTube chat. Oof. Let's have a look. Hello, everybody. Hello, Blue. Hello, Jon Snow. Hello, Jackie. Sorry I didn't say hello to you. I was concentrating on this. We're still waiting on this update. This is a big update. To be honest with you, we've got plenty of time. I mean, the next game isn't until 10 minutes to the hour. There's still no result in AKTS's round, so that really must be going all the way to the last as well. And they're still battling it out. AKTS and Kraken S are still battling it out there. But the big noise of the hour is Raid. That's the big noise of the hour. Raid losing to TQT. But at the moment, we're still waiting on this result. It's really close. Really, really close. Wow. I'm watching the website tentatively with bated breath to find out who has got what and who, how these games are going. But at this moment, as I said, the biggest news: Raid losing to TQT. Now, that's not doom and gloom for Raid right now. It's not. It really, really, really depends on FaZe and AKTS. So it's not over for Raid, not in the slightest. Their chances, their top 8 ambitions are not slighted at this moment in time. It really depends. I mean, AKTS, as I said when I did the calculations, AKTS have got to get 3rd place or higher to basically knock Raid out. And they're now facing Endgame. And FaZe, well, FaZe have basically got to get 2nd place or higher. So it's by no means guaranteed at this moment in time that Raid will be out. They're in danger. AKTS beat Kraken S. They will go on to face Endgame. So this is piling pressure onto Raid. To be honest with you, this piles pressure onto Raid. I'm not going to lie. Because that changes the dynamic. So at the moment, AKTS, they worst they can do now is effectively fourth place. Is effectively yeah, they could still. Ooh, it's still pretty dodgy. To be honest with you, it's still pretty dodgy. It's not. It's not certain. I mean, the worst that AKTS can do now is come fourth. That's the worst. And if they come fourth, they do not overtake Raid. If they come fourth, they do not overtake Raid. However, if they will probably end up facing Uzra, which means if they come third, then they will overtake Raid. Wow, this is big, guys. This is big. Lots of nerves out there. Not gonna lie, there are gonna be lots of nerves out there with Raid. They will be watching that stream with bated breath, wondering, you know, are AKTS gonna come in at the last minute and effectively, you know, kick them out? Because that could happen. That could happen. Anyway, I need to try and find some replays, and I've run out, unfortunately. We might have to watch replays that we've already seen, so sorry about that, but I don't have any replays. I've run out of replays, so we have to watch this one first. We've already seen this in the 50B Camu, but with no replays, that's not going to be. Oh. AK. Yeah, Vale did win. So Vale need to now turn over FaZe to spoil FaZe's party. Hey, Blues. Yeah, it's been different, man. It's been okay. Mini future kill you does that a lot. Okay. Hey, defender. Yes, AKTS did win 2 and 3 against Kraken S. So they'll be feeling it. But the thing about AKTS, as I said, they potentially could get third. And if they get third, then potentially Raid get knocked out of the top 8. I mean, in fairness, we've got a pretty safe group. APA are safe as houses. They're not going to struggle at all. If I'm being honest with you, they're just not gonna. They're then going nowhere fast. They're number 1 at the moment, and even if they were to get knocked out in the next game, which is highly unlikely for them, they will still be top of the table going in. So their top 8 is secure. Same with Rejects. I think you'll find Rejects' top 8 is also secure. So Rejects haven't really got any problems. So looking at the leaderboard as it is at the moment, APA are first, Rejects are second, Aqua are third, Crowley are fourth. Now, those 3 are pretty secure, if I'm being honest with you. TQT, they're not that secure. Ikra and Endgame are also not that secure. But Raid are in danger. I mean, Endgame have now got to turn over AKTS to themselves. And as I said, most of the top 16, the only two that we need to keep our eyes on are AKTS and FaZe. Unfortunately, the likes of Immoral, Pog, Noxu, Vale, Uzra, and Goo really haven't got a chance of breaking into that top 8. There you go. Oof. All to play for. All to play for. It's still tight up there. It's not over yet, guys. So you can't I can't sit here and tell you who's there and who's not there. It all depends on the next games. So AKTS will be aware of this, and so will FaZe, and they'll all be putting their best foot forward. As I said though, I mean, AKTS have got to do third or better. FaZe have got to come for second or better. There's still a lot riding on this. But AKTS have got a tough game next against AK. FaZe, well, it depends which Veil turns up. If it's really ultimate focused Veil, then it's really fine. But that's what we're looking at. We've got 10 minutes, so we have time for one more replay, which everybody's already seen. We have time for one more replay. Wowzers. But before I do that, I mean, that's a great game. Look at that, 6K and it's 50B. If anybody's got any replays, just DM them to me, please. So if I go back to the tours, because we've got some interesting groups out there. So the streams, as I said, we have Wild Ones Halper. He's streaming in English, Group 1. Now, Group 1 includes AKTS and Endgame. I don't know. I think Wild Ones Halper is following AKTS. However, and I don't know who iShot has got. iShot has got Crowley. So Wild Ones Halper should have the AKTS against Endgame matchup, with iShot streaming in Russian language or Ukrainian. I don't know which one it is. Will be streaming Crowley. So there you go. So if you want to go and watch AKTS against Endgame, then you really need to find Wild Ones Halper's stream. Then we have Nineho. He's got group number 2. Now, group number 2, as I said, that includes TQT and Raid. Raid are now out. So TQT will be pushing along to face Rejects next. Whereas the other game in that group, well, the other game in that group is going to be Akva against Noxu. Now, I think Nineho has got Akva, and Pyroblast, streaming in Ukrainian Russian, has got TQT against Rejects, but I can't be 100% on that. Amunet has got Group 3. Group 3 will be Ikra and RNG, and the chances are she'll be following Ikra rather than Who in EE. We've got Group 4, which will be APA against Tufa. That's coming up soon. The other game in that group is Immoral against Bat. And then Rolling Swarm, streaming in English, has got Group 5. And I'm assuming he's got FaZe against Veil rather than Pog against Alini. But I can't, again, be 100% certain. But that is basically what you're looking at, okay? Those are the streamers, those are the streams, and that is the language that they're all streaming in. So we've got time for one more replay. I think this one. No, we just played that one, Muppet. Sorry, my bad, I pressed the wrong button. I do that. It was this one. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. So we've got 7 minutes before the room. So we have got time to watch this replay, and then that will bring us into the room. Oi, oi, oi. Oof. So, like I said, I mean, whilst it's doing myself a disservice, we don't have the most interesting games, if I'm being honest with you. As I said, APA, lovely to watch. Don't get me wrong, they're beautiful to watch, and you know, just watching them is a joy. But for edge of your seat stuff, then Group 1, Group 2, Group 5 are realistically the groups that you should be looking at. And yeah, that goes against the grain because I'm basically telling you to all bugger off to somebody else's stream. But we're not here for me. We're here for the tournament. And you're here for the entertainment of the tournament. And whilst APA have the ability to entertain with their amazing gameplay at the moment and their OP-ishness, they are safe and secure. Even if they were to lose, they're still safe and secure. So if you edge of the seat stuff is going to be Group 2, Group 1, and Group 5, basically. Because AKTS will be throwing everything in the kitchen sink and trying to win the next game against Endgame. Endgame will obviously look to spoil that party because they're not 100% safe at this moment in time, Endgame. So they're not 100% safe. But as the grounds that they're already through, the worst that they come is 4th. And I can't see them coming 4th. I think, you know, worst case scenario for Endgame is they'll come 3rd, which still means they're safe. Whereas AKTS, worst case scenario for them is 4th. Best case scenario for them is 3rd. And it's the same down in Group 5, where Vale can spoil FaZe's party. If Vale beat FaZe, then that does present a problem. Does present a problem for FaZe, because it basically kills their top 8 ambitions. Although they did have to win that group. When you look at that group, it is one of the it's one of the different groups out there. You know, it's not the easiest. None of these groups are easy. But when you look at the setup of the group, it's by far the more gentle of all the groups that are out there, basically. So that's the thing. No, that's great though, Defender. Thank you very much. I probably won't be able to play them now, but I'll play them after the next game. We're going to have a lengthy rollout as well. Great game, but unfortunate. But he won in the nick of time. He wants to know how come that wasn't a Kolobanov, and that's a good question. How come it wasn't a Kolobanov? Because there were three tanks waiting. So yeah, effectively it should have been a Kolobanov. Anyway, so we haven't got time for another replay now because the games we'll be getting the invite through in 2 minutes. But I see that some more people have joined the stream. So for those of you, I know this is repeating myself, but I have to keep saying it for those coming into the stream. So look, this is how it works. Group 1. AKTS have got a chance to get into the top 8, especially with Raid going out. That is being streamed by Wild Ones Helper. He's streaming in English. So if you feel that you want to go out and watch that, that's up to you. They will be facing Endgame. That is an important game for AKTS, but it's also an important game for Endgame. So that'll be hard fought. Uzra have got Crowley. That's probably being streamed by iShot in Russian-Ukrainian. Now, Uzra have got a hard work there. Uzra's chances of getting to the top 8 don't exist, but their chances of staying in the top 16 do. So, but Crowley are riding high. So Crowley is a tough opponent. Group 2. Raid are out. TQT will now play Rejects. Rejects are in 2nd place. TQT are relatively safe, but they'd be even safer if they beat Rejects. Akva have got Noxu. Noxu's chances of getting in the top 8 don't exist, but they'll want to retain their chances of staying in the top 16. But that's a tough game. Akva are riding high in 3rd place in the table, so that ain't going to be an easy game for poor old Noxu. Rolling down. This group, well, Ikra have got RNG, so, I mean, in Who have got EE, so, but Who haven't got a chance of getting into the top 8. In Ikra, relatively safe. Group 4, APA are going out against Tufa, Immoral against Bat. Immoral are snapping at the heels of the top 8, but the chances of them getting in there are pretty slim because of FaZe and AKTS. So this group is pretty safe. And then Group 5, which is being streamed by Rolling Swarm, is Vale and FaZe. Now, Alini and Pog, okay, great teams, beautiful to watch. But the game of FaZe against Vale, or Vale against FaZe, whichever way you look at it, that is the biggie. Because FaZe do have a sneaky beaky chance of getting into that top 8. But Vale can spoil that party massively. Vale can't get into the top 8. They're pretty safe in the top 16, but they'll want to make sure they're incredibly safe in the top 16. So that's going to be a hard battle as well between FaZe and Vale. So those are the streams that's what I would recommend. It's up to you guys. I mean, I love the fact that you are all here. It's beautiful. But I would say if you are really into your tournaments, you really want the edge of your seats games, then Group 1, Group 2, or Group 5 are the groups that you really do need to keep your eyes on. Okay, that's the thing. But it's up to you guys. I mean, we're staying with the action, and as I said, we're going to be following APA, and APA are always amazing to watch. They're beautiful to watch, so we haven't got a problem with that with APA. You know, not watching APA. It's nice to watch APA. And I've just done something. I don't know what I've done. There we go. I want that differently, but it's not letting me for some reason. Maybe that way? Okay, that works. Kind of. No, it doesn't work. Kind of. Ugh, it's annoying. I have to leave it here. No, where'd it go? There it is. Ooh. So let's jump in. We're going out on Black Goldville. We have APA at the moment on the south spawn. Tufa on the north spawn. We're just waiting for them to ready it up. We've still got time, plenty of time, before they rock and roll out there. Tufa at the moment, if I remember rightly, they're quite down in the listings. They're outside of the top 16. And do they have ambitions? They do have ambitions to get into the top 16, but I don't think it's feasible for them because they're down in 25th at the moment, which means they have to overtake quite a lot of teams above them. Although they are better placed now than Kraken S, better placed than Trick, better placed than Unlucky, but PWNZ, Bat, Crayon, RNG, and Alini are all above them. So I don't think Tufa are going to be getting into the top 16 anytime soon. It's as simple as that. So we're not, you know, they've still got ambition, but they have got a tough team in the form of APA. APA, as I said, are damn safe. I mean, even if they lose this right now, they're not dropping out of the top 8. So APA are very secure, to be honest with you. But it will be interesting because if APA do beat Tufa here, then they will go on to play either Immoral or Bat. And that could be interesting because, I mean, Immoral are at the moment in 11th. Bat are outside of the top 16. But Immoral are in 11th. So that could be an interesting rollout between the two of them. If I'm being honest, we will see. Anyway, we've got just under a minute to go. Tufa have already read it up. I don't know Tufa at the moment. They've got 3 IS7s, an IS4, a Superconk, a T100 LT, and a Strav K. Moving over to APA, we have Uni in the AMX, Almeri in a Strav K, Last AFK in the AMX, Ventium, Days, Regis, and Yennefer all in Strav Ks. So let's have a look who we got. Tough Mechanic. Oh, we've got Cami Powell. I'm going to call you Bertie. Nautilus. I don't know. I'm going to have to call you Global. There you go. Global Nectu or Necto and Da. I didn't have enough time, but there we go. It's called Dr. Batok, which is not Dr. Vatosh. Vashed. I'm just going to call you Doctor. Sorry. So let's have a look how this one's going to pan out. Tough game here for Tufa against APA.
Let's go.
Let's get up high into the back of the map as we normally do, this time on Black Goldville. And we can see here already that we've got the Strav Ks of APA heading towards the top area of the map with Uni just on the cover. Moving across, let's have a look at what Tufa are doing. Wow, Tufa are looking to bring pressure on by jumping into that B cap, very quickly. Last AFK does get tagged. Global is just behind Bertie. Bertie's in the T100 LT, straight into that B cap. Uni is not able to reset from that position, and the rest of Tufa are making their way towards the C cap. So they will get 2 caps here, and therefore an early cap advantage. You can see APA, though, not even bothering to cap A. They're going to try and get around the back and really put some pressure on to Tufa. Bertie could be in a bit of trouble here. There comes the first big shot from the AMX of Uni. And now last AFK and Almeri will be looking to chase him down. Bertie not able to get out of dodge. And he's going to run into Regis in Days and Yennefer. So that's good coverage from APA. Really stopping anything happening there. So down goes Bertie. Last AFK now is in trouble. Because all of a sudden he's surrounded by IS-7s of Nautilus and Campau. So last AFK doing his best here to try and take as many hit points out of these tanks as humanly possible. That's why he's focusing Campau, but down he goes. So to tank that down a piece. Global is looking worse for wear. Uni, I thought the Uni was going to get pushed there, but he wasn't. And all of a sudden Campau is losing hit points rapidly. Global is a one-shot, down he goes. Campau will be next, and Uni will be tussling over there. Back over this side, Doctor is being harried by Days. Down he goes. Courtesy of Ventium, however. Nautilus in the IS-7. Well, they're looking to put pressure onto Almeri. Got Necto and Nautilus. But now comes Days and Yennefer to give some much-needed support to Almeri, who himself was trying to give some much-needed support to Uni. But down goes Nautilus. Ventium is going to be looking at giving Mechanic a bit of a hard time. Regis, Days, and Yennefer will deal with Necto. And this one should, in theory, go APA. Tufa gave it the best shot, but APA is too strong. Too strong, I tell you. Very strong team, APA. Their ability to bounce back from these positions. Oh, thank you very much, Blue. I didn't see that because it didn't pop up for some reason, but I've seen it now, and that is absolutely fantastic of you, my friend. And I appreciate it more than words. Well, more than words can say. So, wowzers. APA, wow. Can anybody stop them? Can anybody stop them? I mean, it does make dulcet tones and sing. Yes, she does. She does. I would never subject anybody to my my singing inability. That would make everybody run rather than come back to watch, to be honest with you. But it happens. Swapping the spawn points now onto Black Goldville. We will have APA on the north spawn, Tufa on the south spawn. Tufa already ready to go. We have Mechanic in the Strav K. We've now got a new player coming in. This is 4308 into an IS4. Another new player. Oh no, it's still Bertie. Bertie in the Sheridan, Nautilus in the 60 TP. Who is this? This is still Global. Global in the IS7, Nectu in the IS7, and Doctor in the Superconk. That is the Ukrainian team from the clan Tufa. They're going out on the south spawn. Now we need to look at the team Tolian Kokanmami, which is the clan APA. We have Uni in the IS7, Almeri in the Strav K, Last FK in the Sheridan, Ventium Days, Regis in Yennefer, all in Strav Ks. That is the APA lineup. They're going off on the North Spawn here on Black Goldville. It's best of 5, first of 3 victories. APA are a third of the way there already. And APA, as I said, they are just looking so dominant. Their ability to work their way around the map and really get that focus fire on point is just scary. Absolutely scary.
Let's get this show on the road.
I mean, we have seen the likes of Endgame play like this, but APA at the moment are just on fire. And as I said, they've realistically been on fire since autumn. APA pretty much doing the same strat that they did last time, going out high. Uni is going to be on Overwatch in the IS-7 here. This time, Bertie in the Sheridan is trying to push forward to get those early spots. 4308 is in the IS-4, going to a similar spot that they went to last time, but it wasn't 4308. A-Cap is taken this time by Last AFK in his Sheridan. And C-Cap will be taken by Tufa, but APA have got the cap advantage. Uni taking up a very good position here, overseeing the majority of the map. And with his ability in the IS-7 to get the gun down, and with that stonkingly amazing armor, he's just going to be a pain in the posterior for most of the team. Although he does get smacked there. Yennefer and Ventium, along with Almeria, rotating back to the spawn. Daze is joining them. And Neck 2 in the IS-7 could be well out of position here. Almeria puts a good shot in. Now, Neck 2 could be feeling a lot of Strav K pain coming his way very, very quickly. And there it goes. Yennefer, Ventium, Daze is coming. He's dropped his super duper speed boost. And all of a sudden, Neck 2 just being farmed from everybody. And there you go. That's focus fire for you guys. Stravs are still moving in. Now Regis dropping down. Almeri staying where he is. And Uni is the one being pushed. Last AFK is going to be pushed by Bertie. Uni is pulling them around. Basically, he's pulling the Tufa team round, which is allowing the Stravs to come in. Vention makes a push upwards, looking to put some rolls into this IS-4. Yennefer is going to join along with Regis, but Regis is going the other way to give Doctor a hard time. Almeri is also looking to put shots into 4308. 4308 will go down, and he does. Now they have been their attention to Doctor, who goes down. Last AFK loses the tussle against Bertie, but Bertie is now a one-shot, so he's got to stay safe. Vention's going to look to head him off. Back over this side, Global making a push in that IS-7. Daze is there, and so is Uni. Uni comes in. Oh, Uni gets smacked and tracked. But Global now in trouble. Daze has got a great DPO in that Strav K. And he will be using it with the equipment, which is not calibrated shells, but the whatever it's called. I forgot. The rammer. There you go. Regis, Almeri, and Daze all looking for Nautilus here. Nautilus gets absolutely wrecked. Down goes the last man, and we've just got Bertie hiding in the caves right at the back, who's one shot, and Vention, who's been chasing him around the back, finishes him off. 2-0 to APA. Hey, Killer Shock, there's just no stopping APA. It really isn't. So APA again showing what their movement around the map is. Beautiful movement. I mean, bringing those Strav Ks right round and into the spawn, catching them out. Poor old Necto there in the IS-7 really got caught out. And when you get caught out by the likes of APA, you're just going to get pummeled and punished. So, bless. The problem with APA is that they make decent teams look pedestrian. And that... It's not fair. I mean, the Tufa team are a good bunch of guys. I mean, if you look at their win rates, I mean, you know, 70% win rate, 73% win rate, 72% win rate, 62% win rate, 66% win rate, 65% win rate, and a 75% win rate. These are not shabby players. These are not, these are not potatoes. These are great players. And APA have the ability to make great players look potatoes. It's harsh. Anyway, we're going out on Vineyards. And we have APA on the North Spawn, Uni in the AMX, Ameri in the Strav K, Last AFK in an AMX, Ventium Days, Regis, Yennefer, all in Strav Ks. Moving over to Tufa, we have Mechanic in the Strav K, 480, whatever it was, in the IS-7, Bertie in the T100 LT, Nautilus in the IS-7, Global in the 60TP, Neck2 in the 113, and Doctor in the Super Conk. No, thank you for popping in, Blues. Enjoy your games, buddy. This is match point to APA. Hit points are firmly in favour of APA, and we're probably going to see pretty much a similar strat to what we saw when they played Pink from this spawn. Pretty much the same lineup. 2 AMXs and 5 Strav Ks. So I don't think we're going to see much difference from that. Let's get over there quickly because it was the middle of the map that they were putting the pressure on. If you remember, this was when, for those of you who were here, this was the lineup that they took when they were playing 2 Mouses Pink. Bertie is straight into the B cap. And here come those Strav Ks of Yennefer, Days and Ventium. The AMX is going out to the middle area, to the far wide area. Bertie does manage to get the cap in. The IS-7s here of Nautilus and 4308 been caught out a little bit trying to cross. Days have lost quite a few hit points though. And they've got to be mindful of that. Days is still losing hit points. In fact, Days has lost all his hit points now and he's back in the garage. That's not going to be part of the game plan. However, 4308, IS-7, he's looking worse for wear now. Ventium should be able to finish him off. Maybe not. Ventium on his load. And all of a sudden the 113 of Necto comes in. Ventium still doesn't finish off. Yennefer will definitely finish off 4308. Yennefer does. So 1 tank down a piece. Back over to this side. Doctor in that super conk. Wow, Uni. He has got global in support. But Uni, Last AFK and Almeria are all there. So it's basically 3. But Almeria is peeling off to take down the T100. Down goes Last AFK. And you can see that Almeria pushing onto Bertie, allowing Uni to give Global a hard time. But Last AFK does turn his turret round to put one into Global. And they've been told there to attack Mechanic. Back over this side. Mechanic, down he goes. And all of a sudden, it's 4 tanks down for Tufa. They're pushing onto Regis, but Doctor really getting caught up by Yennefer. He does manage to take out Ventium, but Regis or Yennefer will finish off the Doctor. It should be Yennefer. No, Yennefer misses because Yennefer went for the super conk of Doctor instead, leaving just Bertie as the last man standing. Almeri, who chased him around the map, pretty much like Ventium chased him around the map last time, manages to take him down. So there you go. APA booking themselves with aplomb into today's grand final. You're not going to see much better than that, and I can assure you APA are not playing at the top of their game at the moment. They're only playing at about 80, at worst 75%, at best 80%. But they're not playing at the top. You'll see that in the next round, which is the professionals in a couple of days. But congratulations to APA. Tufa will drop down now to the 3rd place playoff. Let's see if we've got any more results, because it could be huge. Bear with me while I just drink some coffee. So this is a big game. AKTS against Endgame. It's still being played. Apparently, but let me have a look on the actual server. No, they're still playing. I've got no updates from Crowley or Uzra, Endgame or AKTS at this moment in time. Moving down into the next group. Rejects have beaten TQT 3-0. So TQT, the best they can do now is 3rd place. So Reject are in. They're into the finals. They will face either Akva or Noxu. That game is still going on. TQT, best they can get is third place, and they will probably face Noxu. Well, it depends. I don't know which team of Akva have turned up. But TQT dropping down into third place, playoff, that could be dangerous for them. Moving down, well, no results yet in Group 3. Group 4, well, we know APA are through into the grand finals. They're still waiting on Immoral and Bat. And down into Group 5, we're still waiting for those results as well. So we're still waiting on this result. This is a biggie, AKTS against Endgame. We know that Crowley are still battling it out there against Uzra. So we have no results in Group 1. That, as I said, is being streamed by Wild Ones Alpa in English and Ice Shot in Ukrainian Russian. Down into Group 2, well, Akva, they're tussling it out at the moment against Noxu. No results there. But the big result is this one. TQT losing to Rejects. That's a biggie. It really is a biggie. Admittedly, with TQT beating Raid, they can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, to be fair. But that was what they needed to do. They needed to beat Raid, really. So they should still be relatively secure. But it still matters. Down into Group 4, well, we know APA are through, but we don't know who's playing who because we don't know yet. What we do know is that Tufa are into the third place playoff, and they don't know who they're playing yet either. We won't see that game. Moving down to Group 5, well, the big one is FaZe against Vale. And Vale have spoilt FaZe's party. That's it. FaZe will not be getting into the top 8. Their party has been thoroughly ruined by Vale. So Vale turning over FaZe 3-0. FaZe needed to get into the grand final. They can't. Best they can get is third place. That puts them out. So the only team that can really break into the top 8 and at the same time spoil Raid is AKTS, and they've lost to Endgame. They have lost to Endgame. That is big. Because when I look at my little chart, which I've got somewhere, AKTS needed to be, oh no, they've got to win the next game. They can still turn it. If they get third place, they can still turn it. And they will face Uzra. Oh. It can. Oh, it could. That's still battling it out though. Crowley with Uzra. But, that's still, That's not going to be, Uzra giving Crowley a hard time by looks on it. But, AKTS are not in yet. And they've got to come third or better. And they can only come third. The best they can get now is third. If they get third, they have 41,088 cups, which means they beat Raid by a mere just about 100 cups, really, almost 200 cups. Because Raid at the moment have got 40,902. They really needed to get fourth place or better. Whereas, TQT are pretty safe now. 41,710 if they get third, which would be their best placing. If they get fourth, which would be their worst placing, still 41,400. They cannot realistically be kicked out of the top 8. Wow. It's all to play for. All to play for. Third, Uzra will face AKTS in about 4 minutes. We won't be seeing that because we'll be going out in the top game with APA. And that's down here. APA will be playing, we don't know, in about 30 odd minutes. So let's see. Somebody said they'd sent me replays somewhere, and they have. So let's have a look at some of these. Defender who sent them. Let's get them up and running. Oof. Oof, oof. Oh yeah, it's all kicking off.
Let's get this show on the
So
road.
group 1 at the moment is the nail-biting group with AKTS. AKTS desperately trying to book their place into that top 8. And at the same time, if they do, they will spoil Raid's party. Uzra need to beat AKTS to secure Raid. That's straightforward. Because that's where it is. I think Endgame are now safe. They're into the final. So Endgame are safe. They cannot be overturned. FaZe are not able to break in. It's only everything now rests on AKTS. And they are facing Uzra. AKTS at the moment are 9th, Uzra are 15th. And there's 1,000 points between them. So that's gonna be nervy. Or as Alex Ferguson you say, it's gonna be a bit of a squeaky bum moment, that one, to be honest with you. Again, that game AKTS is being streamed by Wild Ones Alpha in English. So if you want to see all that action, that's where you need to go. We, on the other hand, well, we're following APA, and we don't know who they're playing as of yet. If I was a betting man, I would probably say Immoral. But I'm not a betting man. Oh, I should have been a betting man. They are playing Immoral. Immoral beating Bart 3-1. So we're going to be watching APA against Immoral. Tufa will therefore play Bat. So Group 1, the final, will be, and you won't be watching the AKTS game, by the way, because Group 1 will be endgame against whoever, will be against Crowley. That's the grand final in Group 1. But all the attention will be on AKTS, which is not being streamed, I don't think. The final in Group 2, but anyway, that's Wild Ones Helper and I Shot, English and Ukrainian Russian. Group 2, Rejects against Akva is the final. That is second place and third place battling it out. And that is being streamed by Amun. Is that Amunet? I can't remember. I think it's Amunet. I'm not sure. I don't think, no, actually it's not, is it? See, I've forgotten. I've forgotten who's doing 3. Who's doing Group 2. Group 2 is 9-0, sorry. Yeah, it's 9-0. It's not Amunet. I'm lying like a cheap rug. It's 9-0. So 9-0 is streaming that in English and Pyroblast in Ukrainian Russian. Down to Group 3, which is Amunet. We don't know yet. It's it could be Ikra, it could be RNG against who for that grand final. Moving down to Group 4, that's the group we've got. It's going to be APA against Immoral. Group 5, which is Rolling Swarm, will be Vale against Pog. Now, just looking at that, Vale are in 14th, Pog are in 12th. So, well, it's an interesting game for positioning purposes, to be honest with you. But, I mean, Vale just spoilt FaZe's party. So, Vale will be up for it. So, Group 3, we've now got a result. Ikra have beaten RNG, so it'll be Ikra and Who in the grand final, being streamed by Amunet in English. So, there you go. It's Group 3. What an exciting evening. Unfortunately, it's a shame really that nobody's streaming the AKTS game because you know that for excitement, that is actually, well, for importance, that game is more important than the grand final, funnily enough. That's the irony. You know, sometimes the better, you know, the more important games are not the finals. Oddly enough. But hey, it happens. It really does happen. Yeah. I've got some replay. Got these replays to run us down into the next part. We've done all the updates now. But, I suppose at the moment, I mean, Group 5 is still interesting, although it was only interesting for the phase, with them trying to sneak into the top 8. But their sneakiness has now been put to bed, fortunately for them. Everything else is pretty much plain sailing, if I'm being honest with you. Oh! Yeah, and that's what happens when you go out in supremacy. You lose on points. That's very rare. That's why I very rarely play supremacy. It's the easiest game to get. It's the easiest game mode to get a mastery in, though. To be fair, that's a great game there by Defender Gully. Let's. He's now in a TVP. Look at that. He's TVPing it now. Some upsets tonight, some big ones. I mean, Raid will be biting their fingernails down to the nub, most likely. Keeping an eye on that scoreboard. Can Uzra save them? The big question. Wow, while you watch this and ponder that, I'm going to go to the little boys' room. I'll be back in a moment. Me back. That's interesting you say that, Odely. I should do a subscriber only stream one day. And a members only stream as well. I don't have many members. That'd be a very small stream. But I should certainly do subscriber and members streams. pondered lots of things, to be fair, but the world situation is pretty sort of... Sayaka is very good, actually. I've pondered a lot, but the world situation isn't really great for sort of YouTubers like me. That's a great shot. Very important, much needed. He hasn't got an IS-7 to contend with, but that was a great shot there. And yeah, I'm hoping that one day, maybe I'll be able to earn enough to sort of dedicate a lot of attention to YouTube and Blitz. It's just not possible at the moment, to be honest with you. Financially, it's not possible. Yeah, and I'm thinking of starting up Twitch streams as well. Oh, well, that was a great game. Look at that. Nicely done. Oh, first class. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, YouTube is YouTube at the end of the day. You know, people do it for different things. I never did YouTube to earn from it, if I'm being honest with you. This is the Mark 6, great tank. Yeah, I never did YouTube to earn from it.
Time to roll out.
It's in about 20 minutes, that game. Okay, but yes, it is APA. It's in about 20 minutes because the third place playoffs go off first, and we don't get the finals until 20 minutes to the hour, so we've got a bit of time yet. But yeah, I'm always, you know, it's one of those things. You know, do you do it for the? I mean, I don't do it for the money, but at the moment,
Enemy armor is hit.
unfortunately, my overall situation is not great. It's not the best, but that may change. To be honest with you, I don't know. I've got a couple of things in the
We've damaged
that may
them.
change that. But yeah, at the moment, I've sort of spent all my money. I'm basically keeping my family alive. So we'll see. We'll see how things happen. It's going to go one of two ways. Everything's going to be fine, or
We've damaged them.
in about a month there will be no YouTube channel and no future Blitz because I have to make tough choices.
Penetration.
But let's not be negative, let's be positive. Positivity of things. Cross fingers, toes, and anything else that can be crossed. And hope for the best.
Enemy armor is hit. Ricochet.
I do love the Mark. It's a lovely tank. Unfortunately, they've lost that flank side of the map, which is problematic.
Enemy armor is
A
damaged.
wise move. Smack them with HE is always a wise move. Just whittle them down as much as you can.
Enemy armor is hit.
Good shot that. The concept is a pain. He's pushing up. It is 4 against 4, so this one is by no means over. Now it's 3 against 4. It's still no means over. If you can get the Jaegeru out of the game, that's a big gun job. There he
Vehicle
goes.
destroyed.
Still got plenty of hit points in this Mark 6. So that was a nice shot by the
Enemy armor is
FD.
damaged. We've lost the track. We're stuck here. Got him.
Now it brings it back down to 2 against 3. Concept being the biggest pain in the proverbial backside. Although, whilst
We've damaged them.
it's a great turret, that's not the angle you want Concept in. You opening up there.
Got 'em.
Leaving just the IS-4 to be smacked around. I mean, the IS-4 was in a great spot over here, but with his team getting pushed over the other side, he really should have moved from this flank, to be honest. Really help his team out. He did to begin with. I mean, they won this side of the map, and then they lost it on the other side of the map, funnily enough. That's another great game. Excuse me. 5.6k, that's gotta be a mastery, and it is. What a lovely game that was. Beautiful. That was just beautiful. Let's just make sure that I've got my timings right, because I always worry. Yeah, I don't know the notification. It is 20 minutes to the hour. 40 minutes past the hour, whichever one you look at it. So we should be down here. APA against Immoral should be 20 minutes to. Yes, it is. So we've still got another 10 minutes before we get the invite. That's another game in the TVP this time again. This is Defender Julia's game. This time in the TVP. The only replays I've got, guys. So you're watching the same player, but it doesn't matter. He took the time to send me the replays. I've got the time to show them. Oh, I'm just going to get another drink while you're watching this TVP. What another fantastic game that was. 5.3. Wow. Lovely. I do like the TVP, to be fair. I do like the TVP. It's only a first class, so I've got to do better in TVP than that. It's obscene. And I really do need to change the reload into clip reload, because it's just obscene. Anyway, I've got my coffee, but because drinking too much coffee, I need the little boys' room again. So it's another TVP from Defender again. Sorry, guys. It's just the way it goes. Defender sent me a load of replays, so it's Defender again, and I'm going back to the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. We've got a good 5 minutes before the room is open for the last game, and then we've got another 10 minutes before the game actually starts. So we've got a bit of time before anything happens. We won't have any results yet. I mean, they've been playing for 10 minutes in the third place playoffs, but I doubt that we'll have any results in that yet. I think third place is still best of 5. Can't remember though, but I don't think we're going to have any results. Not within. There's only the first game been played so far. So we'll keep an eye on that though when the grand final is being played, because it's going to be important. So by the time we get to end of the first game in the grand final, we may have some results from the third place playoff. I don't know yet though. And time will tell. Oh, look at this. This is how you do that. Boom. We've still got 3 minutes to go before the room, so I haven't got time for another replay now. And I do. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that turret. That's cool. I want to see that. Look at this. This is cool. That's cool as. That is cool. I don't care what anybody says. That is really cool. Sorry, Defender, but I like that. That is really neat. That is excellent. I like that. Bless. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that is brilliant. What a great game. Still only a first class. You still have to do a lot more to get that mastery on the TVP nowadays. But that's another great game though. We don't have time for any more replays now. The room will be coming through in about a minute. So we've just got to wait, and that's how it works. Oh, it's going to be fun. We will not, like I said, we're not going to get any results anytime soon. Not really. It's too early for those results. I'm going to have a look, but it's too early for the results in any of the top games. So, looking at everything going now, if Immoral beat APA, they're in the top 8. If Immoral lose and POG beat Vale, POG could be in the top 8. If Immoral and POG lose and AKTS beat Uzra, AKTS are in the top 8. So apparently, Immoral could probably now be in the top 8. Apparently, I need to just check that. This is a big game now. Let's have a look at Immoral. Oh, Immoral are now in the top 8. Wow. 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 So, according to my sums, Immoral now have 41,016 points, which beat Raid, who are on 40,902. However, AKTS can still nip it. And so can POG. If POG come first, they get 41,182, but they've got to beat Vale. Oh, it's close up there. It is close up there. So, this is a tough game for Immoral. They are against APA. At the moment, they are in the top 8. They could be kicked out of the top 8, courtesy of POG. If POG can turn over Vale, POG came from nowhere. If POG can turn over Vale, then Vale effectively allow POG into the top 8. POG will get 41,182 cups. That's big. They could get into the top 8. If Immoral are currently in 41,016, but POG could turn them. Interesting. AKTS, however, really need... Wow, they can only... AKTS. They will get 41,088. That's their best they can do. It's third place. Which is better than Immoral if Immoral comes second. But it's not as good as POG if POG come first. Oh, it's all so close. It's all so close. This is a big game for Immoral. Can they turn over APA? If they turn over APA, they're really safe. They will have snuck into that top 8. Absolutely snuck in. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. It's correct. But yeah, that's the thing. It everything can change around, Kay. They can all change around. Anyway, we are Immoral against APA. We have Baowan in the T100 LT, Immoral in the E5, Pagula in the IS7, Mosink in the Strav K, Reelers in the IS4 Reaction in the 60 TP, Shirex in the 215B. They are going out here on Rockfield on the North Spawn. APA, Uni in the AMX, De Silva in the AMX, Almeri, Ventium, Yennefer, Object 3, all into the Strav Ks with Last AFK in the T100. That is the lineup for APA here on Rockfield. they are going out on the south spawn. It is now best of 7. It is now the first of 4 victories. All to play for. And it's still pretty close up there, to be honest with you. So let's get up there and have a look. So Immoral here, big game for them. Absolutely huge game for them. Baowan, well, he's in that T100 LT, making that early move for those spots. And over the other side, you've got Yennefer, Almeri, and it looks like Object 3 in the Strav case pushing towards that C cap. De Silva, well, he's going to jump into the B cap. Last AFK is just holding behind. And Almeri, I believe, is just going... No, it's Uni. Uni is just going up. The last AFK is now rolling... Oh, Object 3 getting tagged a little bit there. So, Yennefer, Object 3, and Almeri over this side. You've got Marsink, Baowan, Immortal, and Pegula. Oh, come on. Oh, De Silva tries to cross to come in out, relieve some of the pressure being felt up here. They have got the B cap already, though. De Silva is still getting tagged by Realizda. And now Pegula comes round, puts a good shot into Almeri, but gets one in return from Yennefer. So at the moment, it's pretty much in favour of APA hit point wise, because they've been whittling down Immoral. You can see Immoral's lost a few more hit points than APA. APA have also got the bases, which puts a lot of pressure onto Immoral. APA are managing to keep their line at the moment, not allowing Immoral to push. Let's get over the other side, because Immoral are pushing over the other side against Uni and last AFK. Realized it in reaction. 60 TP and IS4 respectively. Realized it is going in for the kill here on against Uni, but that's a big bounce. Shirex is coming up to help out, but got reaction here as well. Uni is feeling a little bit of pain, and he feels a lot of pain as he goes down. And all of a sudden, the dynamic is changing. So APA have lost the tank, but they have got the points. Yennefer making a move. Yennefer trying to get around the back of Pegula and give Pegula a hard time, and then probably get Object 3 to pincer. But De Silva has been called out by Immortal. Immortal is trying to tussle with De Silva here in the AMX. Marsink comes in to help out. And Baowan is helping out as well. That's a big bounce. A cap and B cap now being taken by Immoral. De Silva looking worse for wear. And Marsink should know. Baowan takes him down. So 2 tanks down for both teams. So Pegula went down. C cap will be taken by Object 3. Now Ventium is feeling the pain. Almeri will try and go in and help out there. Pegula's down. Reaction's down. Uni's down. And De Silva's down on each team. Ventium will be looking to put big rolls into Marsink here. Good roll from the back there. And all of a sudden, Immortal goes down. Marsink will go down next, and he does. Shirex will be next on the list. Yennefer coming in to give some pressure. They're going to ignore Baowan and Realized. Down he goes. Shirex is out. Baowan and Realized are the last 2 standing, but it's all over on the points in any event. So great game that from Immoral again. And but they weren't able to penetrate. They lost it in the second half. To be fair, when APA doing a typical APA, throwing the gauntlet down and saying not on my watch. So we've still got no results in the 3rd place playoffs at this moment in any of the games. So can't tell you anything there. But we are still with this grand final, APA against Immoral, or Immoral against APA, whichever way you want to look at it. Sorting the spawn points now on Rockfield, APA on the north spawn, Immoral on the south spawn. APA readied up first, and with the exception of, well, no, yeah, we've got Uni now jumping into an E5, and last AFK into the AMX. De Silva and Almeri staying in the AMX. Ventium, Yennefer, and Object 3 staying in their Strav Ks. Moving across to Immoral, Baowan now jumping into an IS4. Immortal potentially in a 60 TP. No, jumping into an E5. Pegula into the IS7. Marsink into a Strav K. Realized it into an IS4. Reaction into a 60 TP. And Shirex into a Super Conk. That's the lineups. We've got half a minute or near as damn it to go. There's been 20 minutes played in the third place playoffs. TQT did beat Noxu 4-2, but it went to the wire. And that is the only result so far. So still nothing from AKTS. Maybe after this game we'll get some more results. But nothing in the moment from AKTS. We're about to go out right now. Game number 2 here. It's 1-0 to APA. They're a quarter of the way. It's best of 4, remember, because it is best of 7. So it's the first of 4 victories. I said best of 4. I meant first of 4 victories because it's best of 7 is what I meant. Immoral there looked to have the upper hand at some stage, and then APA, in true APA style, turned it around quite effectively. Anyway, this time we got Marsink and Pagula, IS7 and Strav K respectively pushing out, with the rest of the team heading towards the A. However, Marsink is just holding back. Baowan is going to come and join up with them. APA, well, with the exception of Uni, they are going full-on C-cap. And already last AFK does get tagged a little bit there. Yennefer is pushing through. Object 3 is with support. De Silva will jump into the cap. Ventium now joining up with Object 3 and Yennefer. De Silva not able to cap. Pagula putting that that shot in to reset it. Last AFK will now join De Silva. So APA, at the moment, the cap advantage will go to APA because they got the C cap before Immoral got that A cap. Pagula there being hit by an HE round, and at the moment, and another HE round. So at the moment, APA are just looking to put a little bit of pressure onto Pagula. Nothing massive, nothing major. Baowan and Marsink, well, they're rotating out. Pagula is going to be the focus of the attention here at the moment. APA are pretty much, with the exception of Uni, they're sticking to their narrow front around the C-cap. Now come Object 3, Yennefer and Ventium in the Strav Ks, looking to push down. However, Shirex, Immortal, Baowan and Marsink are there, and all of a sudden, once Pagula gets caught out, Yennefer gets tagged a lot. And Ventium, Object 3, they're looking to take Pagula down. Pagula goes down. Last AFK and now Mary now making a move as well. They're trying to pincer Marsink. Marsink doesn't really have anywhere to go. He can't go forwards, he can't go backwards. He has AMX is this side, and Strav K's the other side. Object 3 looking to put a shot in. Baowan is pretty much in a secure position. So secure they managed to take out poor old last AFK there. Yennefer is also down. 2 tanks down apiece. Points are in favour of Immoral. But Baowan is now feeling a little bit of pressure. Leave that little tussle for the moment because Almeri and De Silva are also under pressure. Reaction is trying to give a bit of a hard time there to Uni. Uni is in the E5 reactions in the 60 TP. And Uni is holding his own just about. So back over this side, Baowan is now down to a one-shot. And he'll be looking to be finished off by Ventium. And he isn't. He's finished off by Object 3. Mary is now needing a bit of help along with De Silva. They've got realised him. Ventium and Object 3 are now freed up to put the shots in, and the shots are coming in. And down goes realised. And again, just like that, Immoral are feeling the pain. They had them on the ropes a little bit, but all of a sudden, Object 3 is really giving Shirex a hard time. He may be able to take out Ventium, but he does not. And now it's 2 against too many. Reaction is a 1-shot. Immortal is a 2-shot. De Silva is very healthy, and Mary isn't. And now Object 3 is filled up again. Okay, down goes Almeri, and down goes the last man, and APA 2-0. And this is the thing that gets me about APA. Immoral really are controlling the game in the first quarter, or the first half. And then the second half, APA just take it up a gear. To be honest with you, they're literally just knocking it up a gear. And that knocking up a gear is finding, it's making Immoral finding it difficult for Immoral to break through their defensive capabilities. The counter-attacks coming from APA are just amazing to watch. We're now swapping the map. We're going out on Castilla. We will have Immoral on the south spawn, APA on the north spawn. We still have no results between AKTS and Uzra. Bart have beaten Tufa 4-1, and FaZe beat Alini 4-3, but no result between AKTS and Uzra. So everything is still pretty much up in the air. We're going out on Castilla. At the moment, neither team is readied up. Looks like APA are going to ready up first. And we have Uni in the IS-7, Almeri in a 121B. De Silva in the AMX, last AFK in a Sheridan. Ventium in a Strav. Yennefer in an AMX, and Object 3 in a Leo 1. Over to Immoral. Daze is having to come in for Almeri. No, not Almeri. He's going to have to come in there because he just Object 3, not Object 3. Who am I talking about? Just went a bit AFK. So Daze comes in the TVP. Immoral, Balwan in the T100, Immortal in the E5, Pagula in an E5, Marsink in a Strav K, Realized Day in an IS4, Reaction, Kran and Sheerex in an E5. That's the lineups, that's the meta. We are going out on Castilla. So at the moment, halfway there, APA 2-0. Can Immoral bring that back? Because Immoral do have top 8 ambitions. But at the moment, it's pretty much dependent on what happens with POG and AKTS. It's not their destiny is not in their own hands, so to speak. Anyway, we have the Kranwagen here of Reaction along with the E5 Pagula just covering this C cap. Almeri in the 121B has gone high. Shots going across. Ventium has been spotted. He's up high. Uni is just holding. The vast majority, Daze and Object 3 are on the ridge. De Silva and Yennefer and the AMXs are pushing through the town area. And Almeri is the lone wolf in the 121B. He has got Sheerex, Immortal and Balwan to contend with. Not only that, but Realized is there as well. Pagula is feeling a lot of pain though. Pagula really feeling a lot of pain as he tries to cross up there. And Pagula really, really not in a great position. He's managing to stay a little bit all down, but those HE rounds are coming in and really putting the pressure onto Pagula. Just leave Pagula there because Almeri is still very healthy over here. He's putting the shots across. Uni's going to go and help out, take out Pagula. And Almeri is just, well, pretty safe because those AMXs. Down goes Pagula finally. And Uni will now push on to Reaction in the Kranwagen. But Reaction's in a good position. Pagula did boost him up there. And Reaction is in a relatively okay position. Realized is in a world of pain. Realized I can't really do much here. He's just getting absolutely smashed, and there he goes. Almeri, considering that it was 1 against 4 over here, he's done particularly well to stay as alive as he is and as healthy as he is. I mean, Sheerex, Immortal, Bowen, and Marsink are all here, and Almeri has only lost like a little bit of HP. De Silva's lost a lot. No tanks down. I mean, Daze and Object 3 are just being a perpetual pain in the backside over there. Daze is dropping down now. Uni and Ventium are pushing onto Reaction. Reaction's in a great little spot, and they're finding it difficult to put anything decent onto him, although Uni's have to back fully away to do that. Moving back over here, De Silva's now a one-shot, and Immortal is trying to get De Silva out of the game, but Yennefer is saying no. Almeri's now losing hit points, but Daze is coming in to help out. De Silva's still alive. Immortal should be able to take him out now, though, but no, he doesn't. Sheerex does. And Almeri is still alive. Yennefer goes down. And now it's 3 against 5. And Daze is pushing on to Marsink and the Strav K. But now he's on his long reload. Back over to the middle area. Immortal is a one-shot. Here comes Object 3 and Uni. They're going to look for Shirex first. Well, Ventium comes around the back to take out Immortal. No, look at that. Down he goes, courtesy of an ammo rack. So that was a game changer a little bit. Although, I mean, let's be honest, APA had it, but it wasn't a full health ammo rack, but a ammo rack it was nonetheless. Gifting the game almost to APA, who had it in the bag anyway, but kind of gifting them the game. Poor old Marsink here is feeling the pain. Can't do anything about it. He's the last man standing. Uni, Object 3 coming in. And down goes Immoral. 3-0. Match point goes to APA. Interesting stuff out there. Uzra beating... Ooh. Uzra beating... AKTS. That could put a that makes them fourth. That puts them out of contention, I do believe. AKTS are no longer in contention for top 8 because they came fourth, and that puts them on 40,000 points, which puts them outside. That's less points than Immoral, who, even if they come second, will get 41,000. So it's now between Immoral and Pog. It's between Immoral and Pog. If Pog comes second, Immoral grab it. If Pog beat Vale, Pog get it. Rolling Swarm has that game. We are going out. Match point here for APA on Castilla. This is Immoral against APA. APA are at match point. I'm not going to go through our lineups because we don't have time, because I've been looking on other games. But because everything's all crazy up there at the table. Immoral now need Vale to beat Pog. If Vale beat Pog, Immoral are in the top 8. If Pog beat Vale, Pog are in the top 8. That's how close it is. Rolling Swarm has the game Vale against Pog. So if you want to go over there and watch that, then feel free. I'm not going to hold it against you. Immoral here, well, they're pushing heavily out. Their two T100s, Bow 1 and Reaction, are going up towards the A cap. The majority of their hair is pushing through towards cover on the C and the B, with Pagula going up high a little bit into the little bush there. Ventium, well, pretty much taking the position he had in the last game. Marsink is mirroring that. Pagula's pushing through. Shirex and Realized is coming through as well. The T100s of Almeri and Object 3 are in the B cap, but they've just been tagged. And they're getting out of there, but they did cap B before they did get tagged. And Object 3 and Almeri. Oh, Almeri getting smacked just as he gets into cover. Uni in the 60 TP is trying to give some good cover as well from this position. And he gets smacked a little bit as Realized and Shirex push through to try and catch out Ventium. Then Marsink will come in to try and help out. Reaction with a good shot from across the map into Ventium, along with Pagula. Ventium is in a little bit of trouble here, but whilst he is in trouble, over the other side, Last AFK is also in trouble in that, but Ventium has got away with this. He's got out of there. And Marsink does put a good shot in, but he did get out of there. Baowan, down he goes in the T100 because they are being bullied over that side. Last AFK stays alive. Yennefer came in to help out. Last AFK does go down. Regis and Uni are now giving Pagula a hard time. Bases are in favour, however, on Immoral's side. So now Marsink, because Ventium finally does go down, frees up Marsink, Shirex, and realised they are all coming in to give some support to Pagula as they push on to Regis and Uni. Regis in the Strav K, Uni backing away in that 60 TP. They have got Object 3 behind, who's put shots across into Immortal. Two tanks down for APA at the moment, although they are focusing Marsink. Regis will put the shots in, and he puts another shot in, and down goes Uni. Down goes Marsink. Regis is now in a bit of trouble, but Almeri will take down Shirex, and he does. 3 tanks down on both teams. Regis is in a problem area, though. Yennefer is still incredibly healthy over the other side. Hit points are in favour of him, and now all the tanks on the ground. Reaction is looking to phase down onto Almeri. Object 3 is there as well. So Reaction here could get 2 kills, or he could get wrecked himself. He tries to get the shot into Almeri, doesn't work. Pagula there, and Yennefer is still incredibly healthy. Yennefer's over the other side, pushing down onto Realized, who's also incredibly healthy in the IS-7. Almeri is trying to force something out of Reaction and try and get Object 3 into the game. He does. Reaction is now 1 shot. It's 2 against 4. And this could be... Let's get down with Yennefer. Yes, Yennefer. Yennefer here in the concept. Trying to get these bounces from Realizda. But not getting it as of yet. And this could be APA... This could be a loss for APA, or Object 3 is still in the game, but he is on 100 hit points. Yennefer now feeling the pain because he's got 2 against 1 here. Yennefer has got Realized down to... No, Indol. And just Object 3 is the last man standing. And he can't do much. He's on 100 HP. But he knows that he could, in theory, take out Immortal and Reaction. Reaction is a 1-shot. So is Immortal. Neither are spotted at the moment. And Object 3 is going to be careful because Reaction has spotted him. But Reaction not able to put the shot in. Reaction does put a shot in but misses. Realizda's coming up. Oh, but Object 3 gets caught up on the carcass of Almeri. He's able to... Oh, no, he's not. Close, but no cigar. Oh, Immoral, bring 1 back. Pushing it to another game. Not a decider, just another game. Wowzers. I mean, yeah. Immoral aren't in the top 8. But, Vale and Pog are still battling it out. Frankly, in Ikra and Hu are still battling it out. Rejects losing to Akva. Crowley and Endgame are still battling it out as well. So Immoral getting a victory there. It's still match point to APA. Moving now into Halas. As they're readying up. Still don't fully know what is going on over in the other games, if I'm being honest with you. Rolling Swarms game is going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to see if I can see anything on that. Didn't get any news on this one. Let me just get it up and running. APA on Halas going off on the North Spawn. We have Uni in a Super Conk, Almeri in the AMX, Last AFK in a Super Conk, Ventium in a Strav K, Regis E5, Yennefer Strav K, Object 3 in a Strav K. Moving across to Immoral, Balwan in the T100, Immortal in the E5, Pagula in the IS-7, Marsink in the Strav K, Realizda in an E5 Reaction Super Conk, Shirex Super Conk. Now, I don't know what the score is between Vale and Pog at this moment in time. Vale seem to have the upper hand currently against Pog in the game they're playing, but I don't know what the overall result is. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. So this is still match point to APA. Just waiting now.
Let's go.
And let's get a pie here on Halas. So Immoral are going to be pushing through the middle-ish area by looks of it. Baowan in that T100 LT trying to get those spots. Pagula pushing heavily as well. Over the other side, while Ameri in the MX4 is just covering the B cap. Regis is pushing out wide. A cap is being taken by Pagula. Stravkes of Object 3, Ventium and Yennefer pushing through the TD's position that we normally have. Reaction in the Superconk. Immortal is just holding back. The last AFK in the Superconk is also just holding back for APA. So Regis is gone. He has got cover with Uni, but at the moment, pretty tentative with the A cap and the B cap taken respectively. But APA are behind on the points. Immoral capping first. Now Reaction puts a good shot into Regis. Uni's coming up to help out. Immortal, Sheerex and Reaction are all over this side. So it's, oh, Uni gets tagged there from Realizda in the E5, and the Stravkare Marsink is also there, so it's not plain sailing on this side of the map for APA, but you never know what's going to happen over here. Last AFK is moving up tentatively. The Stravkares are just holding at this moment in time. We're moving around the map here. You can see Immoral are stacking their tanks on this side. Reaction saying you need to have attention to this part of the map. Now Mary is still covering the B area. It's by no means straightforward for Immoral. Trying to see what the score is over in the Vale game. Vale against Pog. Looks like Vale just beat Pog. Now we've got some movement here from APA, not much. They're trying to move through the centre by looks on it. Let's get around there quickly as the as last AFK, Almeri, Yennefer and Ventium all push through onto Pagula. It's 2 apiece. Vale against Pog. It's 2 apiece. Pagula rushing, trying to rush out of the danger zone. Uni's been caught out though. And all of a sudden Pagula, he has got Marsink and he has got Realizda there. And but Pagula is feeling the pain. Ventium should be able to finish off. Almeri is pushing through. They're trying to push through. Down goes Pagula, but Uni goes down as well in the Supercomp. Marsink is now feeling a little bit of pressure along with Realizda. Realizda dropping that reactive armor. And at the moment, it's favouring Immoral. Only just though. A-cap is being taken by APA. The points are favouring Immoral. The hit points are favouring Immoral. Marsink did get out of the danger zone. And Marsink is helping out here by staying safe. Realizda, well, Realizda's in that E5 and he's doing particularly nicely stuff there. Sheerex is coming around to try and help out in the Superconk. And all of a sudden, APA are not looking as confident as they were earlier. Yennefer and Object 3 though in the Stravs, now looking to put some pressure onto Sheerex, whilst freeing up last AFK and Almeri to push through, and Ventium to push through at the same time. So, oh, but Object 3 getting tagged there. And back over this side quickly, Immortal. Marsink down he goes. Last AFK now can get side shots into Realizda. And Sheerex. Almeri will be freed up as well. Reaction though is there. And Sheerex down he goes. Realizda, let's quickly get over there because Realizda is now holding that line. He does take down Object 3. But oh, Yennefer fluffs the shot. And Yennefer will chase down Realizda. Down goes Ventium. Down goes Realizda. It's 3 against 4. Hit points are now firmly in favour of APA. Regis will take down Immortal here. Immortal will not last over this side. He will be going down courtesy of Regis, and he does, leaving Baowan as the last tank standing, a T100 LT. This one is going to APA. APA therefore consolidate themselves as being unbeaten realistically in the tournament, although they did have a couple of games taken away from them. Immoral just took one away from them, and Immoral win that. It didn't go to APA. Immoral, unbeknown to me, because I took my eye off the ball, got the points. Well done, Immoral, you cheeky little monkeys. I'm loving that. I was just about to say, because it looked like Bowen was going to go down, but he didn't. He actually held his nerve. But APA have lost 2 now. They have lost 2. And yeah, I screwed up because I was too busy watching APA taking down tanks. I took my eye off the cap points, and Immoral had the cap points. Wowzers, what a great game. Well played, Immoral. You deserve everything. 2-3. Still match point, but Immoral are making a comeback. Immoral want top 8. But I don't know what's going on with the Boggy Boys. They are currently 2-2. All square against Vale. All square against Vale at this moment in time. We're still going out on Hellas. Bowen in the T100, Immortal in the E5, Pagula in the i7, Marsink in the Strav K, Realista in an E5, Reaction in a Superconk, Shirex in a Superconk. APA, they're going out on the Southspawn, Uni in the Superconk, Almeri in the AMX, Last AFK in a Superconk, Ventium in a Strav K, Regis in the E5, Yennefer and Object 3, both into Strav Ks. These games are close. Everybody wants their top 8. It's the Immoral clan. It's just that it doesn't come up. It always comes up as R24. Let's get up and see. Can Immoral push it all the way to a decider? That'd be interesting, to say the least. So Bowen is pushing out. Pagula is pushing towards the B cap again. This time Almeri and Uni are also pushing towards this cap. They have been spotted, but so is Pagula. Shot goes across. Pagula comes off the worst there. He doesn't land the shot going into Uni, but he does get some pain coming backwards. He will take the B cap. Uni and Almeri just not rushing into that A cap anytime soon. Rotating around the map. Well, we can see that Last AFK, Object 3 and Yennefer just holding the line. I think Vale have just gone 3-2 against Pog, I believe. Regis is just holding here. You can see that Shirex, Realista and Reaction, they're covering that C cap area. Jumping into the C cap. Superconk and E5 respectively. It is 3-2 to Vale. 3-2 to Vale. So it's match point Vale against Pog. If that goes Vale's way, then Pog. I did tell you. Okay, I mucked up in that game. I did tell you. I even forewarned everybody. I did forewarn. Oh, back over this side because now we've got a bit of a push going through. Uni and Almeri pushing down a Pagula. At the moment, it's all Immoral. Immoral have got those bases again. They have got the bases again. And that's the thing. This time keep an eye on the bases because I dropped the ball last time. But Immoral this time have got the bases yet again. Pagula is looking very nicely healthy there. Object 3 is coming in to help out. There's been a bit of a rotation from Immoral. They're coming back from the C cap area. The B cap should be taken, but they've got Bowen, Realista, Immortal, Marsink. Now they're going to push on to Pagula. But at the moment, Immoral, it's all Immoral. Immoral have found a second wind against APA here. They have found a second wind. And Pagula is finding it difficult, but Pagula goes down. Doesn't help with the points. The points are still in favour of Immoral, even though they've lost a tank. Object 3 is worse for wear. Ameri is worse for wear. They're not one shot, but they are tantalizingly low. Uni is going to push. Uni's pushing on to Shirex. They're trying to get him in a crossfire APA. Last AFK and Yennefer coming round. Bowen getting caught out there. Last AFK really desperately trying to load. At the same time, Reaction is tussling it over there with Regis. And Object 3 down he goes. And Realizda feels the pain from Last AFK. Oh, Last AFK getting caught out. Regis getting tagged massively. Regis is down to one shot. Regis will go down, and he does, but at the same time, so does Realizda. Marsink is desperately trying to get out of here, and Last AFK is feeling some of that pressure. Shirex is also getting smacked around, but down goes Last AFK. Yennefer, has he got Almeri to come in to support? 4 against 4 as Immortal goes down. Yennefer has got to be careful against this super conk of Shirex, and down he goes. 3 against 4. All of a sudden, Immoral have got momentum. Immoral have got the bases. Immoral have got tantalizingly close to pushing this to a decider. And 960 points. It's 2 against 4. Shirex is a one-shot. No, Shirex goes and takes down Uni, and it goes to Immoral. Immoral bringing it back on almost a reverse sweep. Wow, Immoral reverse sweeping it effectively at the moment. Immoral desperately want that top 8. If they beat APA, doesn't matter what happens between Vale and Pog. If they beat APA, Immoral are in top 8. That, wow. We are now going into Black Goldwheel for the decider. We have Immoral on the north spawn, APA on the south. APA, Uni into Superconk, Almeri, Vention, Regis, Yennefer, Object 3 all into Stravs, Last AFK into an IS-7. Immoral, Bowan in the T100, Foshi in the 121B, Pagula in the IS-7, Marsink in the Strav K, Reaction, Superconk, Shirex, Superconk, Realizda in an E5. Are Immoral going to be the only team to turn over? Foshi comes out in favour of Immortal. Immortal's in the E5. Is Immoral the only team to be able to crack this APA nut and bag themselves a place in the top 8? They win this game, doesn't matter what happens between Vale and Pog. Just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if Pog lose or win. If Immoral beat APA, Immoral book their place in the top 8. Looking at the game of Vale and Pog, though, at the moment, Vale are 3-2 up against Pog, and Vale are also winning in their game. They are decimating Pog at this moment in time, Vale. So it could all be academic anyway. It's 3 against 4 now. Vale against Pog. 3 against 3, but Vale have the hit point advantage. And they have the points advantage. Let's get up high on this game, though, and see what Immoral are going to do. Still 3 against 3. Pog and Vale. Vale have got a distinct hit point advantage, however. Now it's 2 against 3. It looks like Vale should be winning that game. Immoral are going out wide here towards the A cap. 1 against 3. It looks like Vale have secured their victory against Pog. That puts Immoral into the top 8. So congratulations to Vale, commiserations to Pog. Doesn't matter what happens in this game now. Absolutely doesn't matter. Both of these teams are in the top 8. So Last AFK jumping into the A cap. C cap has already been taken by Immoral. Bowan got over there. So there we go. This one no longer matters. no longer matters. Immoral have secured their place in the top 8. So congratulations to Immoral for getting the top 8. This one is now irrelevant. Doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter if Immoral win. If they do win, though, they'll be the first team to beat APA. But this one is now purely academic. Vale turned over Pog, and that put the end to that. AKTS also didn't manage to get through today, nor did FaZe. So Vale, my clan today, basically spoilt FaZe's party, because FaZe had a chance for top 8, and also spoilt Pog's party. So there you go. Immoral now on a broad front. They've already secured the C cap. It is now being retaken by APA. Baoan making a move around the side. Immortal in reaction of pushing in there. And Sheerex is also there. Pagula, well, they're looking to put some pressure onto Last AFK by looks on it. Realista is just at the back. But Pagula's trying to push forward. He's got to be careful because Amir is there along with Object 3, I think. Yes, it is. So Pagula does get a bit smacked around there. They were looking to possibly push on to Last AFK, but Object 3 and Almeri paid to that. Didn't really need it. So at the moment it's a bit stagnant. A cap will be taken, so the points are here and there, but at the moment APA do have the advantage. Now they're bringing their tanks up. All these Strav Ks are coming up. Object 3 is leading the charge to an extent. He has got Almeri with him. And Almeri and Object 3 pushing through. Pagula is the focus of attention. Pagula's got to really be careful. Realista's there, so is Sheerex and so is Baoan. But Pagula has been singled out here for the pain coming in from APA. And Pagula will go down, and he does. Now they switch their attention to Realista. Ventium just brushing past. And now Last AFK coming in that IS-7. And Ventium blocking Realista from taking out Almeri. But Uni does go down in the Super Conk, but so does Realista. And all of a sudden, momentum switches over to APA. APA have got the momentum now. They've got the points on the board. And they take down Sheerex courtesy of a fire. They're chasing down Regis and Last AFK, chasing down Baoan. They want to put shots in, but then their attention is looking towards Reaction, who's taken the B cap. So Immoral has stolen the B cap. They have got Mars Sync and Reaction, both relatively healthy, but the hit points are firmly in favour of APA. As Last AFK, Yennefer, Ventium, Regis all coming in here. Immortal is going up wide in the E5. Yennefer, Regis now. Ventium, who do they focus? That looks like they're going to focus Mars Sync. Last AFK gets pummeled a little bit there. Ventium blocking again. And down goes Mars Sync. Over the other side, Baoan and Object 3 are tussling. Now the attention is turned onto the Reaction in the Super Conk. Regis, Yennefer, Ventium all training onto him. Down he goes. Object 3 winning the tussle over there, leaving Immortal cross as the last man standing. And there we go. Immoral and APA. Immoral hurt APA. But at the end of the day, it was purely academic. Massive congratulations to Immoral. They are in the top 8. Admittedly, it all went down to the wire. Raid falling at the last hurdle against TQT. Or the first hurdle, whichever way you want to look at it. They therefore put themselves into the danger zone. AKTS managing to get through to the third place playoff. They had a chance. Uzra spoilt that chance. And then we had FaZe needing to turn over Vale. Not able to do so. That spoilt FaZe's chance. And then Pog needing to turn over Vale, and again not able to. So Immoral secures top 8, and wowzers, what can I say? Absolutely stunning. So congratulations to the top 8 and the top 16. We won't know what the grouping is from here because my Unfortunately, my sums are pretty bad. But let's go through the chart. Endgame against Crowley. Endgame beating Crowley, securing themselves into the top 8 there. No danger for Crowley, but Endgame did get a bit squeaky bum moment at some point, but Endgame managing to secure themselves. Moving down, Uzra turning over AKTS, spoiling AKTS's chances and their party. Further down, Akva and Rejects. Akva beating convincingly Rejects. No danger of either of those two falling out, but Akva did beat Rejects. Rejects was second, Akva are third. So that a good little victory for Akva there. Moving down, TQT and Noxu. TQT, they were in danger, but they did turn over Noxu, so TQT did manage to sort of retain themselves in that top 8. Further down, Ikra and Who. Ikra keeping themselves in contention by turning over Who. And all eyes down here. APA, well, they managed to get taken all the way to the wire by Immoral, but Immoral and APA never in any danger of falling out the top 8, but Immoral, by absolute clandestine surprises, snuck in and grabbed that top 8 place. And down in this last corner, FaZe. Well, FaZe did win 3rd place over Aluni, but they lost early doors to Vale. Vale, therefore, spoiling FaZe's party. But Vale weren't finished there. They then went and spoilt the party for Pog, turning them over 4-2. So I know I'm in Vale. It's but it is what it is. Most of the Vale guys are now in the chat, but it is what it is. The true heroes of today for me are Vale because they've spoiled the party for so many teams today. But massive congratulations to Immoral. Massive congratulations. That's all I can say. That is it. That's it. PYS is over. Henk, I don't think I can say that. I don't think there was any evidence of APA clearly losing on purpose. To be honest with you, didn't really matter. It was purely academic in any event. Purely academic because it didn't matter. Hang on. So yeah, it didn't matter. It didn't matter that you may think that APA threw on purpose, but I don't think they do. I didn't think they did. They may not be playing to their top ability, APA, but why they need to? They're secure anyway. But it was purely academic. Purely academic in any event. Anyway, that's the end of the stream, guys. I've been Fujit. Thank you for popping in. I loved every minute of that. So, yeah, really did. Congratulations to all the teams who played tonight. Commiserations to some of those teams like AKTS, Raid, FaZe, and POG. Massive congratulations to Immoral. Because, hey, Immoral are in the top 8. Took everybody by surprise. Snuck in there. A bit sneaky beaky. But what a great evening. What a way to end the Prove Your Skill. Went down to the wire again. It was never a absolutely guaranteed top 8. And that proved it today. Anyway, enjoy the rest of whatever day you happen to be in. It's Sunday for me. Well, now it's actually Monday. I've been Fuji. You've been fantastic. And I will see you all very soon. Until then, have a good one. And bye for now.